Welcome. You're on IDTV Channel 15. I'm with Coach Ogie Kennedy, head of the men's Fort Lewis College soccer team. Coach, came out a little short with Metro there. I thought you guys had a really strong first half, and then unfortunately a quick goal in the second half set you guys playing catch up the rest of the day.
Yeah, unfortunate. I think the first half was definitely a better one for us, and then to concede, I think it was after 40 seconds into the second half, we became a team that had to chase the game and try and get ourselves back in it, and unfortunately for us, we left ourselves exposed on the break a couple of times.
Yes, and I noticed that in there, a bit of controversy here and there, a lot of fouls usually falling in the favor of Metro. Kind of affected you guys a little bit, maybe in your minds and stuff?
So, I mean, you've kind of got to be above that. I think that it was usually the team that loses is usually the one that ends up complaining about referees and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I don't think had the officials cost us the game. I think our ability not to get the job done, cost us. And the referees are trying to do a very difficult job at times. And I think that they're doing their best they can. So we've just got to try and do the best that we can in terms of a soccer team and play good football and get on with it.
Yes, I mean it's really hard to lay blame like that on them. Sometimes it can get to you emotionally a little bit. I think you guys held up to it pretty well. Near the end you're chasing, like I said, you're chasing points. It was really hard to handle that.
Yeah, I mean, I think especially at home, the onus is always on the home team to come out and attack and to obviously try and win at home. So, you want to get yourself back in the game. And obviously, Metro are a very good team, and they're going to be able to pick you off if you leave yourself open. And I think they did a really good job of doing that. And so, it's tough, but it's a learning experience for our guys as well. So that's the most important thing, that we're continuing to learn and get better with each game.
Yeah, one thing in our conversations is you guys are struggling a little bit when it comes to personnel, injuries,
Sure.
things of that nature. It's starting to add up on you. How's the team holding up to all that?
It's tough. I mean, I don't think anyone would have foreseen the amount of injuries that we've gotten this year and how deep we would have had to go into our squad. And now we're at the time of the year where you also get suspensions with yellow cards accumulating and stuff like that. So it's definitely been a tough one. Some bad knee injuries and some unfortunate stuff in the summer that's cost us a couple of players. But for the guys that have been playing and trying to compete, really impressed with some of the newer guys who've come in, some of the freshman guys who are getting minutes for the first time. And I think the future looks bright for us.
Yeah, what I am seeing is that even though you are going deep into your bench, I still see a real quality about the play, a lot of possession game, things that we're used to seeing Fort Lewis do.
Yeah, I think, we've always stayed strong to the tradition of how the program has played in the past and how the program wants to play, which is good quality attacking soccer and trying to possess the ball for long periods of time and create good attacks. And so the guys that are coming in are well versed in that, and I think that that shows that the level hasn't, drop maybe as much as it would with other programs when you go that deep into your squad.
Yeah, so nicely done in that regard. Stepping into your next game, Colorado School of Mines, you struggled with them the first time you faced them at home.
Sure.
They got a couple of strong forwards there in Baker and is it
Tesho?
Yeah, Akindela and Baker.
Yeah.
Both scoring the bulk of their goals.
Sure.
They create a lot of pressure in front on you guys.
Yeah, Bosky is a real handful, obviously, a guy his size, but he's got great feet and he's a really good player. And I think Tesho has probably been one of the best players in the conference and in the country over the last couple of years, and definitely backs that up with his statistics. But they've also got quality players like Alex Gumberg in the wide areas that is a real threat. So whenever we get to play Mines, regardless of how our seasons are going individually, they're always, really good games to be a part of. Frank does such a quality job with his guys, and he's a really top coach. So we just look forward to the games we get to play against him.
Yeah, nice. Mines being ranked number 4 now, just ahead of you. Kind of a surprise there with Colorado Mesa kind of sneaking their way up the
Yeah,
pack.
the Mesa are a team that have been getting better year in, year out, and Josh has done a good job there. So I think it just shows how competitive the RMAC is, that so many teams are getting better, and schools are investing heavily in the programs to make the soccer program stronger, and so you definitely see that with such a close league.
Yeah, it's very close, tight-knit. In fact, Mines took their last loss was to Regis, a team that you beat.
Sure.
It can really be anybody's game each day.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it shows, that on any given day anybody can beat anybody. So we were obviously happy with the weekend we had against Regis with 2 wins, 2 good wins at Pueblo and Regis, and we're hoping to build on that and really let ourselves down in how we approached the game against Mesa and the level of performance we gave, which wasn't acceptable for the program.
Yeah, and one final thing, today being senior day, your last
Yes.
home game of the season, got 2 seniors, which means you're hopefully going to have a very strong returning roster
Sure.
in a year. But nevertheless, you're going to lose your lead scorer for the year,
Yeah.
Jordan Alexander,
Yeah.
and then of course Casey Dean as well. Want some
Yeah,
final
you
thoughts with
know,
them?
been here since both of them arrived, recruited them, met with Jordan. Seems like a long time ago in England, met with his family and convinced him to come and play here at Fort Lewis, and he's been a tremendous asset to us. You know, he scores goals, he works extremely hard for the team, and then also off the field an excellent student and really embodies what a student athlete is. And again, Casey Dean, for me, really going to be sorely missed. Somebody that is a great guy to be around, super soccer player, very good offensively, and a great guy, just a quality guy, and we'll miss him. And you know, one of my favorite memories at Fort Lewis will always be the Dean brothers in 2011 winning the national championship. Such a neat story to be part of, but you know, they're a great quality family, you know, Chris and Yolanda and the brothers, so they'll definitely be sorely missed.
Yeah, and you know, Casey, though a lot of his numbers don't necessarily show up in the stats, just seeing how he affects play.
Sure, you know, and he, you know, in 2011 when he was playing right midfield for the team in that national championship team, he had like 8 to 10 assists and was one of the highest on the team, I think, just behind Thomas Hong. So although he hasn't gotten the statistical points and rewards that maybe he should have done, but he's definitely an offensive threat and one of the most creative and natural soccer players that I think we've had at the program.
Nice. So we're glad that we could give you a final opportunity.
Yeah,
to speak
absolutely.
to
They'll be
both of them.
sorely missed.
Yeah. You're with myself, Terry Spriggs, and Ogie Kennedy, head coach of Fort Lewis men's soccer. You've been watching IDTV Channel 15. Thank you.
Visit the scenic town of Silverton and take a Jeep tour through the heart of the majestic San Juan Mountains with San Juan Backcountry Tours. Visitors can get behind the wheel and explore the mountain roads on their own, or sit back on guided tours that take you through the rich history of the area, including the ghost town Animas Forks. You can rent a Jeep, ATV, dirt bike, or we can take you on a guided tour in one of our open-top Suburbans. Enjoy the spectacular scenery from 9,000 feet all the way to 13,000 feet in elevation. The San Juans have many scenic routes and 4-wheel drive passes to explore, and our experienced staff can provide maps and suggest the best routes to get you where you want to go. We guarantee you a fun and memorable experience. Come explore the historic sights and beautiful scenery of the San Juan Mountains at San Juan Backcountry Tours. The Sporting News Grill at the new Holiday Inn and Suites of Durango is now open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Featuring a full-service restaurant and bar with 11 HD TVs, it's a great venue for family and sports fanatics alike. The Sporting News Grill. Stop in and let us show you our game face. Inside Durango TV is locally produced by Fast Forward Media.
It's time for rejuvenation with luxurious healing waters, breathtaking views, and lavish spa treatments at the Springs Resort and Spa in Pagosa Springs. Stay at the new EcoLux Hotel and enjoy 24-hour access to our 23 unique pools by the river. Indoors, relax in the hotel and enjoy therapeutic services at the spa. It's time for rejuvenation at the Springs Resort and Spa in Pagosa Springs.
Today, Dad's moving into Sunshine Gardens.
We're all really excited.
You sure are a hit around here. Woo!
And once he's settled in, I'm sure he'll come out of his shell.
I hear they even have a happy hour. How about that?
Oh, I think he's gonna like it here just fine.
You know, honey, I think you're right.
Come check out what's new at the Ute Mountain Casino Hotel and Resort. We now have single and double deck blackjack games. Enjoy our King of the Cage boxing events year-round at our events center. If you're on the go, take a break at the new Ute Mountain Travel Center. With our valet service, you can arrive in style and get right into the action. Visit us for our Saturday prime rib buffet and our seafood buffet on Fridays. With the largest gaming floor in the area, Ute Mountain Casino Hotel and Resort has all the great games you love to play.
Rolling. Okay, welcome. Got Fort Lewis College men's soccer getting ready to start up. We're live here at Dirks Field on the Fort Lewis College campus. Fort Lewis College, as you can see, is gathered up in the midfield to huddle up. This will be their last home game of the year, facing Colorado School of Mines. Unfortunately for Fort Lewis and their previous facing, they lost 5-2 up at the Mines campus. A couple of strong strikers they have there that put a lot of work towards them. It'd be Tesho Akindela and Baski Baker, both putting in strong performances that gave Fort Lewis a good run for their money. But hopefully today we'll be settled in and able to play a bit of a stronger side this time around. Fort Lewis College, as you can see in their horizontal light sky blue stripes, yellow stripes with sky blue shorts, navy blue and white kits for the Mines team. Right near kickoff here as we get ready to start off. Mines will have the kick. They're working north to south, Fort Lewis the other direction with the wind at their back at this time. Not much of a breeze, but enough that might cause some higher balls to be kind of died out or run away with it. And we get a start. Little quick play to the corner. It looks like it's going on out of bounds. So kind of a dead start there for Mines as we start up with Fort Lewis now. Clower, has the ball. He sends up to Alexander. Won by Mines. That'd be number 8, Richard Garvey. I'll be flying solo today. My name's Terry Spriggs. You are listening to IDTV Channel 15. We just got started into this first half. Score 0-0. So Clower will send the ball in about deep middle. It's going to land on the 18. There's Gibbons there. Unfortunate for him that hit him in the back. He's unable to settle it down inside the box there. Ball sent out to Mike Brandt. Brandt unable to keep it clean and goes out of bounds. It'll be a Mines throw. Mines settling in now. In the last game, Mines played a lot of long balls in, not carrying the ball up too much past half. I'm not sure if that's going to play out this way as well. Another unusual start today. Ryan Shaw normally getting the start for the Fort Lewis Skyhawks. Today it'll be Packizer that's in net, Ryan Packizer. Playing deep, it looked like it might have been offsides, but it's settled in now. And Akindela sends one across the middle there. Akindela, keep an eye on him. He'll be kind of a force to deal with today. A very strong player, able to hang on to the ball. He leads in scores today. Leads for the Mines, 14 goals, has 7 assists. Has clocked 75 shots for the year, 36 of those on net. So Mines settling in. That's number 12, Alex Gunberg. Now Dooley gets a hold of it. Dooley looks like he might be able to pull a shot off. He sends out to Gibbons. Gibbons drops back. Casey Dean, one of our seniors, today being senior day. We'll get into that here in just a bit as we get things settled down here. Akindela trying to hang on to that ball, and it goes on out to Alex Gunberg. Still fighting for it. Gibbons helps out. Now looks like Fort's going to have a counterattack. That's Zach Lawrence. Zach Lawrence carrying across the middle. Low shot right on goal. An easy cleanup for the keeper, Colin Baker. Nice little foot there Baker has, sending it deep to the right side. Akindela trying to settle it down. Akindela really good vision, can hang on to the ball. Someone that Fort Lewis really has to pay attention to. Looks like Piperkov has control now. He's walking it up the middle. Dropping back to Dooley. Dooley's going to go wide for Casey Dean. Clower running out to the corner. A little give and go there for him. Should have a little time to work with this. Nice little ball there by Chloe able to send it in, but right to the keeper, unfortunate. Given a lot of time, he's got a lot of respect there by the left back, number 18, Matthew Allman. Looks like Akindale is going to have control of that ball outside the 18. Little feed in there, nicely done there by him, but it's cleared out by Fort Lewis. Looks like Zach Lawrence had a piece of that, able to clear it on out. Mines again bringing the ball back in. Number 7, Joe Haynes, who's the third high scorer on their team, has 5 goals, 1 assist at this time. Tyler Miller with the clear out. So as we settle in, Mines being a really strong team, they've had put a great overall record together, being 10-4-1. Conference record, however, is 8-4, so they're just shy of third place, sitting in fourth place in the RMAC right now. Just one step above Fort Lewis. In their final game, their most recent games, they played Regis at Regis to a 1-2 loss, a team that Fort Lewis actually beat 1-0 in a couple of weeks ago. So all of these teams extremely close, usually within a 1-point spread. Every now and then a game might run away with you here and there, but all of these teams extremely close. It's anybody's day, anybody's game. So Mines trying to settle it down. Looks like they might work to their back. Going deep again. Akindale really pushing that offsides line. Not sure if he really was on that particular play. We'll see how the line judges stay in line with that. Fort Lewis settling in. Gibbons checking back to help out. He's going to have to send it all the way back to Miller. Miller's got one guy in his face, sending all the way across to Zach Lawrence, playing left half to there. Mike Brandt. Mike Brandt with playing left fullback. Kind of a switch and play as we've had personnel shifts. I know that Giannis Zander was hurt for a bit with a groin injury. He's back now playing left center back. And we got Piperkov right side. He's right side middle at this time. Aaron Clore on the right side, Tyler Miller and Giannis Zander playing the mid center back, and then Mike Brandt playing left side. In the midfield, it's Casey Dean playing over on the right side there. Zach Lawrence on the left. Artur Piperkov and Brandon Dooley are sharing the midfield duties. And up on top, it's Trevor Gibbons and Jordan Alexander, the lead scorer for Fort Lewis. Alexander does have a ball. Nice little cross there right on top of the 6. Settles in. Looks like Zach might get a chance at it. Gets cleared on out. Another feed in there. Nicely done. Little head flick there. It's going to go on out for a corner kick. Nicely done by Fort Lewis. Able to keep pressure in that top third. See how things kind of settle in here. Normally Dirksen would be on here taking left corners, but today Piperkov's going to take this role at this time. Dean playing short for him. Little ball to the far post. Someone's going to get a piece of that. Looks like it cleared out for a goal kick. It might have been Mike Brandt that got a piece of that one. Colin Baker with the goal kick for the Mines. Sending midfield, Piperkov trying to go up for it. Didn't really get good strong footing. Akindale getting a run in behind the D there. Luckily Miller was there to click it on out. So possession for Miners there. Challenged by Gibbons from the back, coming up on 3, Andres Ramirez. Able to mix things up. It goes off of a Miners player. We'll get a throw in for Fort Lewis. Mike Brandt to Zach, who switches it quickly to Dooley. Dooley flicks it on through. Unable to get it to Casey Dean. It's cleared on out again there by Allman, number 18 for the Mines. Clore will have throw in. Throws in deep to Alexander. Jordan Alexander back to Dean. The 2 seniors playing the right side corner today. Nice little gives and goes. Great possession by Fort Lewis. Mines being real careful to stay in front of the ball. But Fort Lewis moving the ball very well, especially all the way up into the top third. Nice little give and go there. Looks like we may have a shot, and we do so. A nicely done shot there by Mike Brandt, going wide right, far post. Keeper really didn't have the best angle on it. So nicely done there. A couple of quick little plays, playing outside the 18, moving in. Mike Brandt able to pull a shot. Went right. Didn't appear to the keeper could really get to it. Might have had goal covered. We really didn't have the best angle for that. So right now, Skyhawks, it's 36 minutes into this first half, and leading in shot count right now, 5-0. Nicely done by Fort Lewis, able to get first pressure in on the ball here. Mines can be a very threatening team, though. Looking for long balls, usually going into their corners, trying to get balls sent deep. As we got one here that Akindale's picking up in the corner, and Miller's challenging. Nicely done. Stuffs it out for a Mines throw-in. Akindale scored hat trick against Fort Lewis in the Mines Fort Lewis game up at Golden, Colorado. So he can be quite the threat. Little give and go there, landing on 14's feet. Chase Moniz played in deep. Packeyes are able to clear that one out off the ground. Gibbons hanging on to the ball, and wisely chooses to send it on back, just hold on to possession. Now they turn it. Dooley looking deep and right to the left. Little slip there by Zach Lawrence, unable to get in between the Mines players and pick up that ball. So Piperkov sending over to Dean. Dean's got time. Kind of went quick with it, but a nice little double play there by Alexander. Great try. Able to trap and then volley it. Shot right over net. Alexander probably hungry to get those final goals of his season, his final career here up at Fort Lewis. Little play in there. Alexander may get a chunk of this. He's getting on past him. It gets on kicked on out of bounds there by number 2, which would be Giuseppe Pasquilino. Fort Lewis with another throw in deep in their offensive third, right side. Looking for someone to go to. Everybody's manned up. He goes in short to Piperkov, bounces back out. Kind of a light pass that gets picked up by Mines, number 12, as he skirts up the left side. That's Alex Gunberg. Akindale with a run through the D. Packheiser's going to be able to challenge. He goes out for it, unable to get to it. Akindale able to hang on to that ball. He's going to pull another trigger right to Packheiser's hands. Nicely caught. Clower now. That counterattack quite effective for Mines. Again, number 12, Gunberg carrying the ball up. Looking for Akindale, who's a very busy guy up on top. Now it's Gibbons out to Dean. Nice little shot. When he had space in front of him, might have took off for that. So Clower up the line to Gibbons. On back to Clower. He's looking to the left to switch it out. Now it's back into they'll swing it over to the left side. Looks like the ref is attempting to make a call. Chose not to. Nice little trigger pull there. Saw Mike Brandt take that shot, laid it right into the keeper's breadbasket, but a nice look. Keeper kind of staring into the sun at this time of the day. Dooley going wide there. Oncoming run by Clowers, little overlap. Too bad he couldn't get to him on that. He had a nice little space to work with. Gunberg there again with the ball, hanging on to it pretty well. Challenged by Alexander, and it's won by Fort Lewis. Casey Dean hanging on to that. And defense going to hang on to this, look for some space. Johannes Zander over to Mike Brandt. Zach Lawrence trying to cover that up. Looks like he did get a foul. Appears like the whistle for the ref is not working real well. I sure didn't hear that one blow, but it was a foul for sure. 31 minutes left in this half. Shot clock shows 7 in the favor of Skyhawks. Got that one shot by Akindela. So right now, the pressure is coming from Fort Lewis with just a couple of counterattacks by Mines. Fort Lewis nicely hanging on to the ball again. Challenged heavy there. Dooley getting knocked around a bit. Does get a foul, so it's a set piece. Really no threat. Quite a ways away, good 50 yards away from net. And Piperkov chooses wisely just to work on possession, bring the ball up closer. Oh, great little opportunity there by Gibbons, unable to pull the trigger on it, kind of landed in his lap. Looks like they might be calling a handball on that against Gibbons. Akindela pushing the top there, and they send right to him. Is he going to get up to it? No, he does not. Mike Brandt nicely gets up in front of him, shutting that play down. Now Dino, a nice little heel there, dropping it to Clower, and it's sent up deep to Alexander, unable to gather that one up. Now Mines is having to play all the way back to their keeper. Pressure continued by Gibbons. Brandt nicely stepping in front of his opponent there. That's number 6, Vince Koch. Xander trying to feed into the middle there for Alexander. Jordan trying to get up to it. Gets cleared on out of bounds for a Fort Lewis throw. So Bryant there with a little chip in, going to land around the 6. It's still in danger there. Dooley trying to pull a trigger. He ought to drop this one out. We get a call. We're going to end up with a PK kick out of that. Number 14 all over the backside of Dooley there. That's Chavis Moniz. We should have a PK out of this, and let's see who's going to get the luxury of taking this one. Looks like Mike Brandt's going to get a shot at this one. A very solid PK kicker for Fort Lewis College. Keeper staring a bit into the sun, having to shield himself there. Oh, nicely done. He goes low and left, and keeper really had no beat on it whatsoever. So here we are, 29 minutes left in this first half. Fort Lewis goes up 1-0, with a PK kick from Mike Brandt. So nicely done by Mike there. Fort Lewis with lots of pressure, able to earn that PK. So we step in here. Let's see what Mines does for an answer. Akindela trying to carry the ball up through the middle there. He goes wide right. Lots of pressure. You can see the intensity stepping up by Mines as they try to answer back quickly. Akindela and Piperkov getting tangled up there. Goes in favor of Mines for the call. A good 35-40 yards out. No real threat here. Maybe a long ball in, top of the 18. Try to get to the backside of the D. A little flick through maybe. Long ball in. This one's going right on Packheiser. Goes up under him and then catch the number there, number 8 for Richard Garvey, able to get onto the backside of that. Packheiser kind of misjudging the call there. Went over his head, and he's able to put it in onto the back post. So nicely done by the Mines, scoring quickly on Fort Lewis. Scores tied again with just about a minute or two killed, with Fort Lewis leading 1-0. Now it's tied 1-1, 28 and a half minutes left in this first half. Shots still show in favor of Fort Lewis, but the ones that matter, 1-1. Fort Lewis again with the counter. Alexander there getting a little bit of a raise, trying to get around it. It's number 2, Pasqualino, able to turn it around, sending it up line. It goes out of bounds. Clower settles in. Looking far right. He sends it. It goes up behind Zach Lawrence. He's going to have to chase this one down. Unable to get to it. It goes out of bounds for a goal kick. So really unfortunate there for Fort Lewis, unable to hang on to that lead for too long. A quick counterattack there, putting it on the end there to Garvey, able to put that in the back of the net. That one will roll on out for a Fort Lewis throw-in. As things kind of settle down here again, we're just about halfway through the first half. Senior day today. Start off with, we've got Jordan Alexander and Casey Dean, both seniors, this being their last home game of the regular season. They might see postseason play possibly, depending on how that shakes out. But today is a definite for them, their last home games for sure. Four-time letter winner is Casey Dean, is an All-RMAC performer who was tallied 36 points in his career. Comes from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Casey has scored 9 goals and assisted on 18 goals in his Skyhawk career. He has led the Skyhawks to 4 wins after scoring 4 game-winning goals in his soccer career. Joining Casey are his parents, Chris and Yolanda Dean, and his brother Corey, also a Fort Lewis player from the past. So congratulations to Casey Dean today. Wishing him the best in his future as he steps away from Fort Lewis soccer and on to his future. Another set play, opposite side of where the last dangerous one came from. This one kind of a driver in low. Able to be cleared out by Fort Lewis. It looked like Dean actually got a piece of that one. Little foul there. Looks like an offsides call, so it'll be in favor of Fort Lewis right at the 18. Packheiser choosing to take the strike on this. And he just goes short to his D, carrying the ball back out. Long play in, kind of missed cue there by Gibbons, checking in short and the ball going deep on him. It's going to roll on out. Definitely saw the space there, just nobody was running into it. So Tamino Kroger coming in for Trevor Gibbons, playing left side on top. 2 distinctly different strikers. Trevor, more of a quick burst and very aggressive to the ball, where Tamino usually will end up with his back to the net, but able to hang on to that ball for really indefinite periods of time, looking for quick plays or a quick turn around the defense. So a very uniquely different style. We'll see if minds adjust to it. A little clear out there by Xander. Pepperkoff's got time with the ball. He's got Dooley running up there. Little miscue by Dooley, unable to gather that one up. Now counterattack. Candela pulling the ball up to the left side. He's got space. No one there to help him, though. He checks back, seizing the middle. Number 14 there, Mona, is sending the ball out to the right. Put back in. Nicely cleared out there by Fort Lewis. Second time there by Miller, able to get up there and clear that ball on out. First attempts by Tamino Kroger there, trying to gather up the ball. I'm sure he'll settle in and get some action here in just a bit. Nice little try there by Xander, able to try to feed the ball through. Inadvertently catches up on some people, and now it gets cleared out by Mines. Mines with that counterattack. Here's Akindele. He's got space. He can be real dangerous with this space. Little stab there by Xander. Gets on past him, and Chloe, they're able to help out with that. So good job by the defense of Fort Lewis, able to settle that one down. Garvey trying to turn that ball on out. Packheiser picking it up now. He's going to jog it up to the 18, look for some space. Suns on out, looking for Dean there. Dean's got one fella on his back there. It's cleared on out. That's Allman again, number 18 for the Mines. Clearing that ball out. Fort Lewis will get the throw. Chloe will take this one, setting everyone else on up. Chloe again settling it down. One man on, that's 12 Gunberg. Sent in deep, and the keeper, Colin Baker, is able to pick that one up. As we wait on his redistribution, Jordan Alexander, the other senior of the day, we're only going to lose seniors for this season, resides from Cambridgeshire, England. Ranks number 14th in Skyhawks record books for most points in a career. In the 4 years for the program, Jordan accumulated 49 points after scoring 20 goals, including 5 game-winning goals and an assist on 9 other goals. Jordan is a 2-time RMAC academic performer. Jordan is joined by his mother, Jillian Alexander, and his sister, Sarah Nash. Again, good luck to Jordan in his future endeavors. Glad that he was able to play for us for the 4 years. Casey Dean looking for the line there, trying to send up the line, but number 12 is able to clear that one out, getting his way. Again, that's Gunberg there, keeping Casey Dean really busy. Fort Lewis looking at deeper stuff now. I've noticed that the possession game is not so conservative now. They're looking for quick, deeper strikes. And there's one there looking for that space. Little miscue there, goes into open space. No Fort Lewis player running in on that. It's cleared up again by Allman. Akindela gets a little head flick on that. It's going to drop in back. Clower should settle this one down. One-man challenge by Gunberg. Pat Kaiser's got one-man challenge. That's 7. Joe Haynes. Joe Haynes continued to pursue against Brandt. Gets cleared on out there for a Fort Lewis throw. Zander with the ball. Sends the ball up deep to Jordan. Jordan unable to gather that one up. It gets away from him, rolls on out. We got another substitution for Mines. It looks like I know that's a Baker. I just can't remember his first name right off the top of my head right now. Here, let's see what we got here. Yeah, that's Bosky Baker. Really tall fella. Anything up in the air, he's going to gather up and do something with. Their second leading scorer. He got 6 goals, 2 assists for the season so far. Another set piece by Mines. Everybody lining up near the 18. He goes in low, driver there, getting a flick through. That does hit a hand, so it's going to be a Fort Lewis set kick inside the goal box. Pat Kaiser going deep to Casey Dean. He's got tons of space to work with. Drops on back to Clower. Clower into Tamina Kreger. He's going to feed to the corner for an oncoming Casey Dean. He should be able to set this one up. Sends in low, kind of catches the foot on another Mines player. That's number 2, Pasqualino. Pasqualino able to clear it on out. Giannis Zander settling that one down and brings it back up. Gets away from him, Zach Lawrence. A couple of miscues over at Fort Lewis. Now we got Basky Baker up on top. Him and Akindela together can be quite potent. Both have height and get a lot of shots off. So the referee's not exactly happy with the call. We have several substitutions now. Alexander stepping off the field. Didn't quite see who came in for him. It's probably Luke. Yeah, Luke Lawrence is up on top there now, sharing space with Kroger. Kroger's got the ball right now, right on the 18. He's trying to get around the corner on that turn it, but had Casey Dean right there in front of him if he could have laid it off to him. Casey Dean with the ball, going back to Clower. One-man challenge, a little speed up in tempo here might work well with Fort Lewis. Mine's not really quick to the ball right now. Miller with a challenge there, able to clear it on out. It's going to be a Mines throw. Pesky Baker with a throw back to Allman. Miller settling in, trying to send up to Dean. unable to get through there. Now Akindela has ball on feet. Sends into Haynes. A real challenge all right off the face of Packheiser. Sometimes they're not pretty, but they still a save. Nice of Packheiser to be in front of that one. That one might have watered his eyes up a bit, hit him right in the noggin. Going to end up with a PK over this. So Akindela with the strike. Unfortunately, Packheiser choosing to go to his right. Akindela going high left, or high right, opposite direction of Packheiser. So now Mines has climbed ahead with a PK of their own. 18 minutes left in this first half. The score is 2-1. Mines getting unfortunate there. I didn't see the actual call with that one. Tim, what was the call on that? Yeah, challenge from behind. Yeah, so a heavy challenge from behind caused Akindela to get the PK on that. So Fort Lewis now has to come up with an answer here. We're just just under 18 minutes left in this first half. Shot clock shows 7-2. It's probably more like 7-3 now. Score is 2-1 in favor of Mines. Zach Lawrence switching over to the right side now. Getting inside the 18, a little chipper that's going to go out of bounds near post. So it looks like Dirksen came in for Dean in that substitution, playing left side half. Zach Lawrence switching over to right side. Kroger and Luke Lawrence playing up on top. Miller with a long ball to the right side. Kroger there able to challenge it. Allman choosing to let it roll on out of bounds for Mines throw in. Zach Lawrence winning possession, sending it to his brother Luke. On to Clower. Clower with a nice little feed to Luke there. Luke's got some space. He pulls a trigger. Nice shot high right over the crossbar there, but a nice look there by Luke Lawrence, about 20 yards out. So about 16 and a half minutes left. Mines leading 2-1. I would say that's been a pretty evenly balanced game so far. Definitely Fort Lewis working more on possession than Mines. Baskey with a little play through there. No body contact to speak of, so Fort Lewis gains possession. Settled in by Zander. Goes on short to Zach. Little on through run to Dooley. Dooley carrying the ball to the corner. Gets away from and going to go out of bounds. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but got kind of a heavy touch and went wide on him. I know he wanted to go a little deeper into the corner with that. Zach Lawrence with the ball there, over to Kroger and then Dooley. Nice little quick touches by Fort Lewis, able to hang on to that ball in the offensive corner. Is he going to be able to get a turn quick on it there? Gets tripped up. Hoping to see a call out of that. Looks like we are going to get a call. So Dirksen will have the kick. Going to be now it's going to be a corner kick. Just going to let the ball roll on out. So an opportunity for Fort Lewis here with a kick, a corner kick. Zach Lawrence up short. Everybody inside, right on the goal line. A lot of pressure into the keeper. They go driving it in. It gets cleared out by Mines player. Kroger trying to settle it down. On to Zach, who feeds it back in. Akindela picking that ball up, turning it out to the right. Luke Lawrence in pursuit. Zander kicking the ball out of bounds for a Mines throw. Little chipper there, and Xander up for that one, able to knock it down. Gets behind, that's definitely an offsides, quite a few steps offsides there. You know, number 12, Gunberg, just kind of got caught flat-footed. Didn't really intend to be there, I suspect. Zach Lawrence with the ball now, working right side. Zach leads his second in shots scored. Got 4 goals with 3 assists. 27 shots for the year, 11 shots on goal. He's just right behind Jordan Alexander, who leads the season with 6 goals. Miller trying to settle that one down. Little push in there. Baker chasing down on Xander. Xander switching over to Mike Brandt, who's got some more space to work with. So again, Fort Lewis doing nice to hang on to the ball, working the ball up, finding places to settle it in. Little give and go there. There's Kreger with his back to his player. Really can hold on to that ball if you can get one to him. He can really settle it down and do some damage with it. It's Piperkov settling in, going up to Dooley. Nice little cut there by Dooley as he works it over to his left side. He's got Dirksen right there in front of him as he sends it over. Dirksen with one man on him, pulling up to the edge of the 18. Overlap run by Brandt there. Unfortunate that got away with him, but we will get a corner kick out of this. About 2.5 minutes left in this first half. Fort Lewis definitely handling things on the field, but unfortunate that they're down 2-1 at this time. Really challenging inside that goal line there. Keeping the goalie busy. This one should be in close there. Goes right off the keeper's hands, out of bounds. We should have another corner kick. This one Dirksen should be jogging up for. There he goes. So Zach Lawrence up short. Dirksen will have the kick. This time everybody outside the 6, making runs in. This one's going to go far post. No one could get a really piece of it there. Akindele there to help out as he clears one long up the right side. Challenged by Clower. Ball still not in control. One man challenging. A little head there. Back to Packheiser, who's able to gather that one up. Little ball fed up close there. Luke Lawrence got flicked in there by Dirksen, landed behind Luke. He's unable to change directions and get to that ball. Ref stops play. We'll see what he's got going on. It looks like they might have some blood or something just stepping him off the field. That's number 14, Chase Moniz. Yeah, just going to have to clean some things up. It looks like they do a sub in here, bringing number 11 in. See if I can get the full roster out and see what that's. Yeah, it's number 11, Ogun Mandeta. I believe Ogun Mandeta had a score in the Mines game up in Golden against Fort Lewis. Another sub in, Brooke Asefa coming in for Dooley.
Number 24, Brooke Asefa.
Cleared out by Brent. Baker there gathering up the ball. Nicely done by Zach as he strips him of it. Quick little bounce there back to Mines as they work the ball to their right side. We'll step in there by Brandt, unable to gather that one up. This will be a Mines throw right in front of Fort Lewis's bench. So that ball rolls on out. Mines will have a quick play here, working, challenged by Kroger and Zach Lawrence. Akindele sends the ball up through the middle. Brandt able to get a piece of that. Didn't catch it cleanly there. Now it's number 12 of Gunberg there trying to get through with it. And he has to check back. Piperkov able to stir that one up. No one really keeping it clean here. We got in a dangerous situation. Number 8 gets the ball. Packheiser gets a piece of that one, clears it out. Safe able to gather it up, sending it right side to Zach Lawrence as he carries the ball on up. Nicely done there, but Packheiser staying in front of that ball, able to knock it on down, and Safe cleaning it up. Luke Lawrence's challenge now in the corner. He's got one man on his back. Sends back to Clower. Settling the ball down. Now it's Safe. Piperkov. Over to Brandt. Brandt's got tons of space to work with. Let's see what he does with it. Chips it on out to Dirksen. And Dirksen back to Piperkov. Nice little possession right in front of the 18. Looks like we may get a shot there. Piperkov pulls the trigger. Catches up in the crowd, and the goalkeeper, Colin Baker, is able to gather that one up. But back to it. Nice little possession there by Fort Lewis right in front of the 18. Able to get a lot of different angles, moving the ball around, changing the attack, hoping to find a lane to shoot through. So Zander there sending out to Brandt on the line. Goes short to Piperkov, who drops on back to Miller. Miller, a long ball. This one looks like it's going to go on through to the keep, and it does so. But a good idea, a good look. Maybe next time. Safe unable to settle that. He gets challenged by Baker. Paskey Baker onto Ekendala. Fort Lewis able to win that ball over Ekendala. Now we got another counterattack. This one's going to get away again. So the idea is there, they're feeding into the spaces to the left and right, just trying to find the gaps between the defense. But right now the strikes are just a little heavy, getting away from the forwards. So Mines with the ball, carrying it up the right side. Andres Ramirez trying to send the ball up the line. It goes off Dirksen for another Mines throw-in. Looks like we will have a substitute. That'll be Uggan Mendata coming out, probably for the returning Gunberg, if I believe. Oh, it's number 14. I'm sorry. It'll be Monez, who was out for, looks like he might have been bleeding or something, had to clean up the wound. And now he's in good shape coming back into play. Baker with the ball. Drops it on over to Ekendala. Ekendala feeds deep over to Gunberg, who's got it right on the byline outside the 18. Challenged by Clower there. Cleared out. Kroger gets that, settles in, and virtually gets away from him. Now it's back on Mines. Ekendala there, got 3 Fort Lewis around him. He's trying to hang on to the ball, gets it stripped away. It's cleared on up. Miller up to Piperkov, and now up to Dirksen. Dirksen challenged heavy by number 3, Ramirez. Now it's Mines' ball. They got lots of space to work with as Allman works the left side. Zach Lawrence challenging. On to 14, Monez again. Monez to Gunberg. Ekendala back to his defense as they start to work more of a possession game here, not looking for so many long balls as I've seen in the first bit of this first half. 6.5 minutes left. Mines leads 2-1. It's PKs by Ekendala and Mike Brandt of Fort Lewis, and then another goal by number 8, Richard Garvey, off of a set play from the far right side. Little opportunity there, gets cleared out before Clower can get to it. Got another goal kick for Fort Lewis. So Dirksen with that, Zach Lawrence up short. Got a safe and Miller in the middle. Him back. Cleared on out. This one will be another corner kick for Fort Lewis. Oh, he's calling that throw-in. Sorry. So throw-in by Zach Lawrence. He can get some distance on these, laying it inside the 18. Gets that one inside the 6. Up by Piperkov, trying to get up on it, but he got his hand on his back. So, using another person to elevate there is going to get the foul on him. So Mines will have this right about the 18. Their keeper, Colin Baker, will take this kick. Deep driver there. Zach Lawrence able to get a piece of that one. It goes straight up, though. Unable to settle down. Nice little idea there by Piperkov, trying to heel it up to Kroger. Mines wins the possession, though. Now it's Miller, settled back to Zach. Akindele with the ball on the left line. Drops back to Haynes. Haynes switching field. Now it's on to Ramirez. Ramirez goes deep into it. Baker's going to settle it in there for Haynes again. There's a little shot. Nice save there by Packheiser, having to dive to his left. Great little opportunity as Mines put together a combo there. Settles in. We got to have a corner kick for Mines. About 3.5 minutes left in this half as we wait for a corner kick from Mines. Mines, recently, faced Regis with a 2-1 loss, a team that Fort Lewis actually had beat 1-0. All these teams very much within it and very capable of taking the win. Ball sent out wide. It's cleared on out by Clower. Miller helping out there. Now it's finished off by Brandt. It's Luke Lawrence. Akindele with an opportunity there. It's going to be cleared out by Xander rather than taking a chance with that. So smart by Xander there, able to clear the ball out before Akindele might get past him and get an opportunity against Packheiser. So we got throw-in Mines. Before that, versus UC Colorado Springs, they had a 5-0 win. So sometimes Mines can be quite effective in their scoring. High shot there by Garvey. Two and a half minutes left in this first half. Mines leads 2-1. Little chipper there by Kroger dropping it on back. Not really sure where they're going with that right now. Looks like not really trying to work the ball up, maybe trying to settle this half out. Little feed through there. Kroger losing traction. I did step on the pitch today. It's a bit damp, a little slippery there, so I can see where a quick change might lose your footing on it. But still, it's in great shape. Weather's been great. Wind has changed a bit, going north to south at the moment, but nothing real strong to matter. Just a great, wonderful day for soccer. The temperature's perfect. I thought I might have to put a heavy coat on, but wasn't the case so far today. Packheiser going up for the ball. He ends up punching that one out. Get a call there. Looks like it might have been an offsides. Packheiser not feeling good right now. He's got something going on with his foot. Got a timeout by the ref as we see what's wrong there. Maybe he got stepped on or caught somebody when he went on up. Miller with a short ball up to Xander. Xander carrying the ball on up, challenged by Baker, Baskey Baker. A little flip through. This one's going to get cleared on out. It'll be a throw-in for Fort Lewis right in front of the scoreboard. Waiting for Dirksen. We hit 1 minute as Fort Lewis's ball right outside the 18. See what they can do. Long ball over to Clower. Clore challenge. He's actually gathering that one up with his hands. That's not quite the way you go about it. So Mines will have the ball inside their 18 with the clock ticking out, sitting at 40 seconds at the moment. A long driver there. Zach Lawrence is able to get on. He's got Akindale on his back. Or excuse me, that's the hardest name in the world to say. Ogun Mandata. 16 seconds left in this. Fort Lewis trying to settle it down. Goes on out of bounds. 4 Mines.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
So with nothing really starting out here, clock winds down to 0 as we finish off the first half. Skyhawks trail the Mines 2-1 at this time. Shots in favor of Fort Lewis. They're getting a lot more shots off, 9-5 at the moment. But the ones that count, we got a PK in the favor of Fort Lewis and Mines. Akindale getting the score for Mines, and then Mike Brandt scoring for Fort Lewis. And then Garvey of Richard Garvey, number 8 of Mines, was the winner of that last goal. So Fort Lewis kind of dominating in possession game, carrying the ball up easily up to the offensive third, unable to quite finish it up and get some real threats on net to speak of. Mines with the fortune of getting one set piece in behind Fort Lewis on the far post that Packheiser couldn't get a hold of, and then of course getting that PK as well. So here we sit 2-1. We're really kind of settled in. We'll see what happens in the second half. Either team really could draw this out. I have not by no means given Fort Lewis any doubt here. They definitely have the tools to do well with it. They just got to find a way to get some shots off in the top of that 18. So here we are. We got a 10-minute half. We're sitting at 2-1. Mines lead over Skyhawks. You are listening to IDTV Channel 15. My name's Terry Spriggs. We'll break away for commercials and see you at kickoff of the second half.
It's full steam ahead at the Durango and Silverton Narrow Gauge Railroad. Enjoy a historic trip through southwest Colorado's rich scenery with daily train excursions through the spectacular San Juan Mountains. See the world-famous 400-foot drop at the High Line. Relax as you chug along the Upper Animas River and spend an afternoon in the historic mining town of Silverton. Stop by the depot or call 247-2733. Get more information on our website at durangotrain.com.
Fort Lewis likes to buck the status quo a bit, and the student body culture is very independent. Forces you to be an independent thinker, enables you and engenders you to be an independent thinker. And that's required a lot when you're in startup mode. You have to make a lot of decisions that you didn't know you had to make the day before you make them, right? And so you've got to think on your feet and really react to the environment that you're in. And the Fort Lewis curriculum almost always had heavy emphasis on collaborating with other students and in faculty in the process of learning or in the process of doing the work. And that helps a lot because leadership today is a very complex job. And certainly in technology, as fast as things are moving, you need a lot of input.
We have an amazing team spirit over here. Fort Lewis Cycling It's a tradition. And everybody who attends Fort Lewis and attends the cycling team knows it has a lot of culture and tradition behind it. I think it's the biggest collegiate cycling team in the U.S. There are a lot of good riders in the college and also in the town. The Fort Lewis cycling team competes in trek, cyclocross, mountain bike, and road. My passion is in mountain bike for sure. I love being part of the nature, and I feel like it's more dynamic. You have to be focused all the time. Fort Lewis sits in Durango, Colorado, and Colorado already says the word that it's one of the best places for mountain biking. We're sitting at 6,500 feet, which is perfect for endurance athletes, such as cycling. Yeah, as you can see, we're just sitting in the middle of the mountains over here. Joining the Fort Lewis cycling team is as easy as just attending the college. I mean, basically, everyone who rides a bike can attend the cycling team. Cycling to Fort Lewis College means a long tradition of being the top of the collegiate cycling in the U.S. and having a lot of fun doing that.
Whether you make your plans over a barbed wire fence or over wireless internet, if you're coming from the stockyard or the stock exchange, Durango is right at home at the Diamond Bell, timeless and timely.
You're watching Inside Durango TV on Cable Channel 15.
Meet Dan. He owned a dog biscuit company, but Dan wanted more, so Fast Signs created a plan to raise Dan's business visibility. Now Dan has more sales, more stores, more of the good life, and more is what Fast Signs delivers. More than fast, more than signs.
For me, being here at Fort Lewis College, I grew more than I ever expected. I was fortunate enough to travel abroad to 3 different countries. They offer this thing called an Innovative Month. There's several Innovative Months actually offered every summer where professors take students and they go study abroad in a different country. One of the countries that I traveled to with Fort Lewis College was India. We actually did a 5-day silent meditation, which was intense. We got to teach English to some Tibetan refugees who wanted to learn English, which was humbling, so humbling. We actually even got to see the Dalai Lama, and he led us in a meditation, which was extraordinary. It was just the most amazing trip. I was fortunate enough to travel to France, and we did an archaeological excavation there for a month. It was the most phenomenal experience. I did 7 upper division credits. We got to excavate, travel around France, all sorts of cool stuff. For me, it was the most amazing thing to be able to touch something that I was like, wow, someone used this 800 years ago. I'm in the middle of France excavating this. Who would have thought like I could do this? And it was so affordable. I mean, I helped pay for it with scholarships and financial aid, and then I worked as an RA, and I used that money too that I saved for room and board. So I never thought I'd be able to do that, but it was so easy and amazing.
So why did I leave a research university to come to Fort Lewis? I was teaching 535 kids at a time in freshman chemistry, and it was not my idea of an ideal undergraduate education. So I decided that I wanted to go someplace smaller. I wanted more personal contact with my students, and Fort Lewis College fit the bill.
The thing I enjoy the most about small classes is the one-on-one with the professors. If you need any additional help, you can go in their office hours and they can help you out. I've gotten a lot of additional help through faculty outside of class. I'm really involved with student activities throughout the college, and so I can go to them with questions about what do you think about this event, and they give me their opinion. You can stop by all the time and ask them questions.
We know our students very, very well, and that's, I think, what sets this place apart from many other places. Some of my former students have become my best friends. They're all over the country. We create a bond here that is lasting, and there's nothing better.
Inside Durango TV is a founding member of Local First. The local pub is a tradition dear to the heart of any town. Durango's local pub is the Irish Embassy, a favorite with locals for breakfast, dinner, or just a pint with friends. With a traditional Irish menu and all your favorite brews on tap. The Irish Embassy, Durango.
For natural and organic vitamins and supplements and health and beauty products, there's no better place than Nature's Oasis. We offer an experienced staff, nutrition and supplement education, and exclusive products. Nature's Oasis, home to the largest selections of vitamins and supplements in the Four Corners region.
Hi, I'm Dr. Richard Fulton, Director of Teacher Education at Fort Lewis College, and I'm here to tell you about our Teacher Leadership Graduate Program, which will offer both a master's degree and a professional certificate. As you know, we need strong teacher leadership in the Four Corners to sustain important, meaningful reforms that are going to make a difference in our culturally diverse area. Why should you choose Fort Lewis College for your graduate studies in education? Because it is the most personalized program in this region. We have relevant coursework that'll have an experiential component that'll allow you to research important issues in your own classrooms, your own schools, and your own communities. Having faculty at Fort Lewis College be your primary instructors is a great benefit. All of our faculty are involved in the schools on a regular basis. They know their content and they're willing to share all of this information and strategies to produce better schools in every single course. Our specialized hybrid course format is perfect for full-time working educators. Our courses are specifically designed to meet in person in the evenings when we can share ideas as professionals to professionals, supplemented with online assignments that will be both individual assignments and group assignments that you will be able to bring back to our face-to-face meetings as a way to just build on the knowledge and skills that you'll be developing in this program. So, if you want to make a difference in your classroom, school, and community as a teacher leader,
Okay. And welcome back to IDTV Channel 15. My name's Terry Spriggs. We're just getting ready to start second half as both teams are stepping onto the field here. First half, kind of a sleeper a little bit. Fort Lewis dominating in possession. I was trying to get percentages on that as we go. Looks like 15 minutes to 30 minutes in favor of Fort Lewis, so definitely controlling the ball. Unfortunately, kind of where it matters, mine's leading 2-1. Two of those goals for both sides coming off PKs. Mike Brandt with one PK for Fort Lewis, taking them into the lead. And then Garvey, number 8 Garvey of Mines, receiving a set piece ball that landed behind the 18. Pat Kaiser going up for that and unable to gather it up, and Harvey putting it in near post for, or far post header. And then ultimately Akindela getting a challenged heavy from behind and gets a PK for himself, so Mine's leading there. As we get started here, Baker gets a breakaway. He's got one hip on Kaiser. He goes high left on that, so a missed opportunity by Baskey Baker, a little feed through ball that he was unable to capitalize on. So a little quick start there. Mines with a bit of a scare there. Shots in favor of Skyhawks, leading 9-6 at this time. Pat Kaiser with the goal kick, sends in deep, landing actually midfield. Trying to be settled in by Mines. Dooley comes up strong with that and sends over left side to Zach Lawrence. Lawrence with a Kroger running to his left there, Brandt helping out. So Zach Lawrence playing in left side. We should have Casey Dean on the right, being a senior, getting his last plays in for home games. Artur Piperkov and Brandon Dooley in the middle. The back four, Tyler Miller and Johannes Zander. Center backs, Mike Brandt left and Aaron Clower right. Up on top, it's Tamina Kroger and Jordan Alexander, the other senior, getting his last game in of the season for sure for home game. Still got postseason play to go. Fort Lewis is in the 5th spot for RMAC at this time. So they will have an opportunity to work into the playoff of the RMAC system here, unless bad things happen. But I think they might have that wrapped up as long as they can hang on to the 5th position. So Mines with the ball, working the right-hand side. That's number 3, Ramirez with that ball, sending it over to Garvey. Garvey able to strip away from the Fort Lewis players, hanging on to it, and it gets, now he ultimately loses it. On to Alexander, now Zach Lawrence challenging. A little shorty there. Fort Lewis not able to gain control. On to Baskey Baker there. Feeding into the corner to Garvey. It gets away from him. It'll be a Fort Lewis throw-in on the left side in their defensive third. Zach Lawrence in front. One man challenging on the back. He tries to send a middle to Piperkov. Picked up by Baskey Baker again. Referee holding. Looks like he's going to show color, and he does so. Piperkov kind of heavy with a challenge on Baker there, so he'll get a yellow card for his efforts. Set piece there, about 10 steps outside the 18. We're going to see a wall for sure from Fort Lewis. Going to make the ref step them back on that, though. Looks like a 4-man wall forming. Referee stepping that wall back, going to put them right about the edge of the 8. So a very dangerous piece here for Mines as they get ready to pull the trigger. We got Haynes. Okay, a little overstep there. Haynes choosing not to do it. Akindela taking a shot, going high, wide right. A couple of feet out off the near post. Packizer with a goal kick. Sends in short to Brandt. Brandt going up the line to Lawrence. Lawrence to Piperkov, trying to give and go. Gets picked up by Mines, sending into the middle to Baker. Nicely done by Miller as he gets up for that, taking the ball away from Baker. Now Fort Lewis with a counterattack. Dooley over to Zach Lawrence, left side. Now Zach Lawrence having an opportunity, pulls a trigger, nice shot high over the crossbar, but a nice look by Zach Lawrence as he gets a shot about 20 yards out. So Colin Baker, the goalie for Mines, with a goal kick as he steps forward there, sending one up far side of the center circle. This one's going to roll on back. Packizer should pick this one up. Rolling on out to Zach Lawrence, or excuse me, Brandt. Brandt out to Lawrence. Efforts there by Zach trying to hang on. Nice little double second effort there. Gets it over to Kroger. Kroger bringing it on up to middle. Oncoming Piperkov. The ball sent a little too deep for him to gather that one up, and it's picked up by the Mines keeper as he sends it back into play. This one's going to go deep. Far right side. Brandt getting a head on it. It goes out of bounds. Almost making it up to the nest. So number 3, Andres Ramirez, sending the ball in to number 7, Joe Haynes. Haynes to Garvey. Little feed through into Garvey there. It's going to be cleared out by Miller. Hits the player. Packizer should gather this one up. Packizer rolling the ball out, sending up deep to Alexander. Getting cleared up by Mines. Piperkov landing control. Sends into Alexander, on back to Clower. Clower is challenged by 2 as he splits them, sending to Piperkov. Piperkov playing to the back, he tries for the line, gets on to Dooley. Player tripped up there. Dean was tripped up, and it's advantage play, so Dooley trying to make a work of it. Haynes picking that ball up off of Zach. Now back to Dooley as he switches over to Casey Dean. Casey feeds into the corner to Alexander. He's got something to work with. Tries to send it on out. Looks like we'll get got 2 calls, a corner and a goal. I guess we're going to go with a goal kick. Line judge said corner, and head judge said goal kick. So guess who's the boss? Goal kick for Colin Baker, keeper of Mines. Driven ball, landing about mid-circle. One hop, gets onto Baker's feet. Baskey Baker saying it left side to number 12, Gunberg. Gunberg right on the corner of the 18. He should have a, tries for a shot. Hits on Xander there. Now it's settled in by Fort Lewis. Gunberg picking it back up. Gunberg short to Baskey Baker. Cleared out by Fort Lewis. Kroger getting a piece of that. Now it's Haynes. Haynes sending left side. Little chip into the 18. Not cleared out safe yet. Zach Lawrence able to help that one out. Fed back in by Ramirez. Possession for Mines at the moment. Kroger able to win that one up. He gets tripped up. We'll get a call for that. Fort Lewis will have the ball midfield. A little bit more energy in this game. I see Fort Lewis coming out with a little bit more aggressive, trying to make things happen. Return favor by Mines. Clore with the kick. Got Casey Dean wide right by himself. Driven ball kind of landing short of the 18. Lands on a Mines foot. That's Garvey as he clears the ball out. Akindele with that ball. Got some runners on his left. Now one coming up on his right. A little feed through ball. Nicely done by him. Garvey's going to be running up on that. Cleared out by Zach Lawrence. Ramirez will have a throw. He goes short to Akindele. Akindele challenged heavy from the back. No call. He settles in, able to put it back into the middle there on Chase Moniz. Now it's Baker who has it. Baker feeds out to Garvey. Back at Akindele. Now they're swinging it right. Haynes has it on his feet. Sends it over to the left side. That's number 18. No. Ball cleared on out of bounds. This one will be a Fort Lewis throw about midfield. And that's number 12, Gunberg, over on the far left side. Got a foul against Mines as number 18, Allman, kind of wraps up Kroger on that one. Got a set piece. Dane's got it on his feet. Now it's Piperkov. 35, 40 yards out, somewhere in there. Everybody getting inside, right outside the 6. Very dangerous place. Little chip in far post. Mines able to clear that one out. It's run down by Xander. Xander able to bring it back in. He chips back inside, right onto the hands of the keeper. So nice effort by Xander there. Unable to make anything go in on that, but put it right on the hands of the keep. Deep ball. Clore loses it for a bit. Piperkov able to pick it up. Little flick through there, nicely done. Alexander with another one. This one should be Tamino's as he runs in on it on the corner. Challenged by number 2, Pasqualino. Drops the ball right at the 18. Dean chooses to let it go. Dooley had an opportunity. Now it's Akindele with the counterattack. He's got Garvey on the far right, and he sends a deep one in. This one should land on Packheiser right at the 18 as he rolls it on back out to Clore. Clore carrying the ball up. He's got tons of space to work with. Now it's on to Alexander. Alexander looking. He sends left, switching field. Lands on Brandt. Brandt looking over to Zach Lawrence. One-man challenge. Little overlap run there by Brandt into the middle. A nice little feed through by Zach, but no one was there to pick it up. Good idea. Again, a deep play by the keep, trying to get on that top man there, Baker, for the Mines team. Settled down by Casey Dean. He's got Clore in front of him. Piperkov to his left. Switching field, he sends over to Xander. Xander on to Brandt. Excuse me, Zach Lawrence. Zach Lawrence playing back now as Xander had stepped up into the left half position there for a bit. Now he's correcting himself. So Ramirez with the throw. He goes short to Akindele. Akindele's got tons of time right now. No one challenging. Sends over to Haynes. Dooley on that one. Haynes able to hang on. Sends deep, chipping into the 18. Miller, nicely done there, settles the ball out. Cleared up by Fort Lewis. Kroger flips it into space. Alexander running in on it. Number 5 there, Tanner Randall, able to get a head on it, sending it out. And then ultimately cleared out of bounds. This will be a Fort Lewis throw-in on the left side. Allman, I believe, with that final clear out. Play into the 18 for Kroger. Kroger able to hang on to that ball, got his back to it. Turns and shoots, nicely done. A little wide right, but a great look. Kroger so good about hanging on to that ball and able to get around his man real quick for quick shots. Unable to put this one on frame, though. Colin Baker, the keeper for Mines, with a goal kick. Sends in deep. This one landing right at the edge of the circle. Fort Lewis with the counterattack. Zach Lawrence feeding into Lawrence, who flicks over to Kroger. Mines get a head on it. Little settle down. Kroger there with the ball. Challenged heavy to the back. It refs' play on. This one gets feed all the way back to Pat Geiser, who's got it outside his 18, sending wide right on to Miller. Miller's got Dean right in front of him. Sends up to Kroger again. Kroger unable to hang on to that one. It gets away from him. Now it's Mines' ball. Garvey has this ball on the right side. Piperkov challenges. Feeding middle, Akindela. He's got 2 men on him. It gets cleared up. Zander now over to Piperkov. Got tons of space on his right side there, and he sends it up to Dean. Dean wins that ball. Feeds into the corner there. We got Chloe with the ball. He's got lots of space now. Sends a nice little cross. This one's going far post. Zach Lawrence running in on it. Puts it back into the game. Now it's Kroger checking back. Feeding it out to Dooley. Dooley's got 2 men in front of him. He feeds the space. Will we get a shot here? Piperkov pulls a trigger. Kind of a dribbler that rolls into the keeper on the 6. Another heavy clear out by that keeper, sending it wide left. This one's going to roll on out unless Miller chooses to do something with it. And he does so. Challenged heavy by Baker. Clearing the ball out of bounds. It'll be a Mines throw in. .31 minutes left in the second half. Mines lead 2-1. Feed into the near 6. Clear high out by Brandt. Kroger losing where the ball was there for a bit, and Mines puts it back into play. This one landing to the far left side to Baker. Baker got the ball. He's hitting right on the byline. He gets inside the 6. Pat Kaiser trying to gather it up. Sends it over to Akindela, who's on right about the PK line and able to put it in wide right. Unfortunate there, unable to keep Baker out, and he lays a nice little pass right onto an oncoming Akindela, able to put it in. So now Mines' lead is 3-1 with 30 minutes left in this second half. Very solid attack by Mines. Got some substitutions for Mines coming in. I didn't see all those guys that they got put in there. We'll try to sort that out as we go. Fort Lewis with play. Trying to settle it down, sending it up to the top. So Mines will have the ball right in front of their own bench. Got a foul there against Fort Lewis, so we're going to have a set piece about, let's see, 18, about 28 yards, 30 yards out, far left side. Kind of a dangerous spot. The wind's kind of blowing into the net there. Anything might kind of bend towards it. Everybody lining up on the 18. 2-man wall. Akindela and Haynes there. Haynes runs away from it. Looks like Akindela's going to take the shot, and he does. A little driver there. Gets flicked on through. Very dangerous. Rolls on out. Looking for a corner kick, so it must have hit a Fort Lewis player right before it went on out of bounds. So Mines jogs in on it. They're going to have a corner kick. That'll be number 12, Gunberg with this kick, a lefty putting a righty putting swing in out. Plays in, little driver on the byline. Trying to play short to Akindela. Still playing in, able to get one across the far post, and it's headed. Nicely done there, saved by Pat Kaiser. Got the sun in his eyes, he's able to get his hands up for that. Fort Lewis trying to clear the ball out, and they do so, working up the right side. Allman feeds the ball back in, it gets flicked in there. Pat Kaiser letting it roll on out for a goal kick, Fort Lewis. So a nice save by Pat Kaiser, kind of a point blank shot there that went to the far post, and he was able to cut the angle and get a good piece of it. Play in by Pat Kaiser, sends up Dooley, little flick through, lands on Haynes' feet. Now it's settled down here, number 14, Chase Mona is working to his left. He's got a running Gunberg on the left side. Miller able to clear that ball out of bounds for another Mines throw in right in front of the scoreboard. Baker will have this throw. Throws right in the near post 6. A couple of guys fall down, get tangled up in the runs. Gets flicked back by Brooke Asafa, picked up by Pat Kaiser. Working up the right side. A little flick through by Dean, nicely done. Got a foul up against Mines, and it'll be Fort Lewis's ball, about 10 steps on the offensive half of the field. Sun gets a little bit lower here, and Pat Kaiser's having to stare more into the sun. This being that time of the year, can play havoc on keepers. Piperkov with a kick. Everybody lining up right around the 12. Deep play in. It dives in there. Zach Lawrence may get a shot at it. He pulls a trigger far post high. So not the best look, but had to kind of go over the crowd to get anywhere with it anyway. 27 minutes left in the second half. Another goal there by Akindela puts them in the lead, 3-1. Brandt playing the ball back to Zander. One-man challenge. He feeds the ball up. Zach Lawrence unable to gather that one up. Now it lands on Baker's feet. Challenged by Brandt. Nicely done by him. Dooley with the counterattack now. He's got space to work with up the middle. One-man challenge there by Haynes. Feeds left side to Zach Lawrence. Zach right outside the 18. Looking for an opportunity there. Feeds one into the middle far post. There's nobody there to receive the other end of that. But a great look by Zach. He had a good idea. Just unable to find someone on the other end of it. So Colin Baker, the Mines keeper, with the goal kick. Everybody gathering up right around middle circle. No one wide. Ball fed in deep. This one's going to get right in front of the defense. Zach Lawrence picking up the ball, switching fields back over to Dean. Dean settles, sends up middle to Jordan Alexander, but Mines able to clear that one out. That's Tanner Randall. Miller with the ball. He plays back to Pat Kaiser inside the 18. One-man challenge. He feeds out short to Miller, working the left side or right side. Deep driver in. Kroger unable to get on that one. Mines winning that, sending it back. Now it's Fort Lewis again with the attack. Zander with a deep drive to the left side. This one's going to die in the wind, and Randall's able to clear that one out. Zach Lawrence, it touches Zach at the last minute, but the refs do call it in favor of Fort Lewis. Brandt with the throw. Goes short to Asafa. Little bounce back to Brandt. Switching fields now. Miller up to the middle to Dooley. Referee saying play on. Now we got ourselves a foul. This one will be in favor of Mines. Play in deep by Randall, landing right at the 18. It's cleared on out by Miller. Little opportunity there, goes high. Baker unable to put that one on net. Kind of a little volley there. He's unable to settle down. Not a good clear by Fort Lewis as the ball kind of died and landed right at their feet. Piperkov with the ball right side. Deep play up to Alexander. Goes up high. Mines gets a piece of that one. Little help there by Dean. Ball in play. Alexander has it right at the edge of the 18. Drops it back to Piperkov. Piperkov to Asafa. One-man challenge there. Cleared out. Miller feeds back up. Dean with a flick through. Now to Dooley. Back to the corner on Dean. Nice quick idea. Unable to capitalize on it. Now it's a Mines throw. Wind's picking up again. This time it changed direction, working south to north again. Be in favor of Mines, I guess, if you had to call it one way or the other. Xander with the ball feeding right. Now it's Miller. Miller switches field, sending over to the left side. Lands right in front of the net. Keeper's able to gather that one up easily. Ball rolling out of bounds now. It'll be a Mines throw in their offensive third right side. Breeze picking up, getting a little chilly up here in the nest. I'm throwing a coat on. So play in by Baker, deep into the 18. This one's going to bounce once. Packheiser's able to gather this one up nicely. Jogs it up to the 18. He's got Zach to his left. Goes short to Brandt. Now Brandt out to Zach Lawrence. Zach's got the left side to himself. Fort Lewis with a possession there, working it nicely. Alexander checking back. Now he feeds to the corner to Zach Lawrence. This one's going to land on Randall, though. Randall waiting for it to bobble to him as he sends one cleared. Brandt gets a hold of it. Eckendale with a challenge, sends back up into the middle there. Kroger's there with the ball. Able to get around the corner there. He might get a shot off. Little healer, nicely done. Little shooter there, far post left. Nice look. Kroger with a little heel flick onto Alexander, who pulls the trigger. Going wide left, just by about a ball width. So the ball in play, working right side, goal kick. Land on the head of Brandt. Brandt settles it right in front of Zach Lawrence. Zach feeds to the corner to Alexander. He's got one man on him. Randall drops back to Brandt again. Heavy challenge by number 6. Vince Koch in favor of Fort Lewis. Are going to get a play about 30 yards out. This will be Piperkov with that ball. Everybody lining up far side, right outside the 6. Right around the PK box. Wind in his face. This one's going to float a bit when he sends it. There he goes. Nice little ball. It gets on through, and this one goes on in net. Not sure if anybody touched it at all, but Piperkov puts it on frame, and it goes in net. So now Fort Lewis brings it within 1 with 20 minutes left in this half. Just kind of got screened by the crowd, and the keeper really never moved for it, not expecting it to go through. So nicely done. Piperkov able to put that one through. So now we've got to score 3 for the Mines and 2 for Skyhawks. Skyhawks bringing this back. Crowd in a bit of a cheer there for them. Nicely done. So we start play. Mines trying with a quick attack. They send over to the right. Gets cleared up. Now it's picked up by Packheiser. Pack guys are working the right side. Another long ball in. This one's going to land in space right where Alexander is. He's unable to get up to it. Randall clears that one out. Lands on Dooley's feet, and he switches over to the left side to Brandt right about midfield. On to Xander. Xander feeds into the middle to Kroger. Gets one little touch. Now it's Kroger. He's got a point-blank shot. He feeds it wide right, and we've got the tying goal. Tamina Kroger with a quick little break right behind the D is able to send it low to the near far post. And now we've got 3-3 score, so that quickly Fort Lewis College is back in this game. Nicely done there. 20 minutes left in this half. Scores 3-3. Shots in favor of Fort Lewis, 17-11, but we like that 3-3 part now. Let's see if we can get one more and wrap this baby up. Crowd definitely getting into this game now as the sun sinks lower. Got a bit of a chill here, wind in our face. Doesn't seem to matter too much to the Fort Lewis players, though. Brandt with a steal, sends it up to Alexander. Back to Dooley. Dooley switches over to Dean. Dean lays one into Piperkov center. Mine's able to mess that one up. Now it's Gunberg, I believe, picking that up. It's Garvey, I'm sorry. A little bit of a heavy challenge in favor of Mines as they get the ball about midfield, left side. Randall will have this kick. Players lining up near the 18, looking for something deep. Little flick through. Pack guys are shielding his eyes. That sun definitely is in his eyes. This one's going to flick on through, and it gets screened there by Baker. It goes in. Pack guys are really unable to see it, unfortunate. So now we've got a score of 4-3. So just in the last few minutes, we've had 3 goals. Mine's leading 4-3 now. Not sure if Baker got a piece of that or if he just screened Packheiser in the effort. So a deep play by Randall. Unsure if that one's going to be credited to Randall or if it's going to be going to Basky Baker. So Fort Lewis with the restart now. Chipping one into the corner there. It goes into space. Alexander is able to gather that. Gets challenged heavy and gets pushed away by him. Dean helping out with that. Now Clower, he's inside the 18. Back to Dean. Or is that Dooley? Dooley, I'm sorry. Dooley goes far post. This one's going to go behind the net. So 18.5 minutes left in this. Mines do lead 4-3, but in just the last 3 or 4 minutes, we've had 3 goals, 2 by Fort Lewis, and one surprise one by the Mines. Akindala with a goal, then Piperkov with a goal. And then Tamina Kroger with a goal. Little challenge there. Pack guys are able to gather that one up. On to Brandt. Brandt with a little meg there, getting it through. It gets cleared out, and it'll be a Fort Lewis throw-in.
Now for the Skyhawks, number 7, Austin Erickson, and number 9, Luke Lawrence.
Throw in for Brandt. Got Dirksen in on the left-hand side now. Heavy challenge there. It's in advantage, so Mine's playing it. It's going to roll on out, be a Fort Lewis throw. Xander with that ball in hand. Akindala with it, trying to play, kind of catch foot there. I don't really think a card is necessary for this one, just kind of an inadvertent hook, but nevertheless he gets color there. That's Xander getting that. So Zach Lawrence steps out. We got Dirksen in his place. Luke Lawrence in face of Tamina Kroger. Long ball in, landing out right at the edge of the 18. It gets cleared on out. This will be a Mines throw. Randall with that play in. Throw in. Going near 6. This one gets flicked up, lands about midfield, getting cleared out by Dirksen. This one will roll out of bounds for a Mines throw in. Ball played in right on the 18. Dirksen clears this one out. This one's going to land near Luke Lawrence, shielding the ball as he gets a touch on it. Looking for a drop pass, unable to get that. Feeds into the middle to an unwilling Dooley. Gets intercepted by number 12, Gunberg. Trying to clear that ball out, lands midfield on Brandt. Brandt with another Meg there on Ekendala. Ekendala regains control off of a Haynes interception. Miller trying to clear that one through, hits Haynes in the throat. He kind of checks himself on that. He seems to be okay. Ball played deep right side. Allman gathering this one up on the left side. He's going to let this one, was going to roll on out. He sends it up line. It does stay in bounds as they play on. Miller picks it up. Miller on to Dooley. Dooley heels out to Piperkov. Piperkov makes a cut. That's Clower. I'm sorry. Clower out to Dean. Deep drive over to left side to Dirksen. This one lands. Settled to Alexander. Jordan Alexander feeds it up to Dirksen, but it gets stripped away. Now it's number 12, Gunberg again, carrying it up to right side. Xander with that ball feeds up to Piperkov. He's got tons of space to work with. Feeding to the left side to Alexander. One man on his back. He feeds into the corner. Brandt on this one. He's right outside the 18. Chips in near post. No one on it. Now it gets cleared out of bounds for a Fort Lewis throw. Little throw in there, getting cleared out. Mines able to clear this one up the right side. Going to go out of bounds for a Fort Lewis throw. Mines with a counterattack. Ekendala going right side. Got tons of space. He's got 3 men facing him though. Space closed in on by Miller. Ekendala with a play right out to 18 there. Feeds in. Now it's cleared out of bounds by Xander, so it'll be a corner kick for Mines. Ekendala going up against 2, trying to get around their men. Corner kick for Mines. And it'll be Alex Gunberg taking this kick. I believe he's a right-footed kicker. He's going to swing this one out, and he does so. Everybody lining up near post, leaving space behind Packeyes. Our driver gets headed down and low, finally cleared out by Fort Lewis. Gets fed back in by Mines. Packheiser comes out for this one, gathers this one up, rolls it on out to hard to tell in this sunlight now who's who on that far side. Working the right side, Fort Lewis. Luke Lawrence unable to get separation as the guy tugs him down from the back. So now we got a set piece about 35 yards out as Fort Lewis jogs in. They're sending pretty much everybody up. You know, only Miller standing him back. Piperkov. Dirksen with a lefty going to send this one in. Ball high and dying right at the 6. Little header flicks out. Another one fed in there by Brandt. No one really getting a good clear on it. Finally, a Mines player does clear that one out. Brandt with the ball, feeds in short to Dirksen. Bounces back out to Brandt. One-man challenge. Drops it out to Piperkov. Swinging the ball. Nice little driver there by Xander. Good idea. Goes wide right, bending out. 12 minutes left in this half. Mines leads 4-3. Bit of excitement there for about 4 or 5 minutes as teams we're scoring left and right, but unfortunately Mines has come up with the lead again. Shots show in favor of Fort Lewis, 18-12 at the moment. A little flick through there, going to land on the head of Miller. Now to Brandt, up to Piperkov as they settle it down, working the left or right side. Dean's got this ball. Sends way over to Dirksen. Dirksen's got one man on, tries to touch it through, unable to do so, works it backwards. Now he's got time to work with it. Akindele standing in front of him. Chips one in right at the 18. Lands on a Mines player as he kicks that one out of... Pasqualino kicks that one out of bounds. Looks like we're going to have substitutions as we... seeing who's going to be pulled off the field. It looks like Dean and Alexander are being pulled off the field. Tamino Kroger and Zach Lawrence. So both the seniors being pulled off at this time as the next generation steps on in. 11 minutes left. I don't know that we'll get to see them again in this half. So nicely done by both players as they worked really hard and did a good job. Play on in, gets squirted out. It's going to be a goal kick for Mines. 10.5 minutes left in this half. Clock's ticking. It's not in the favor of Fort Lewis at this time. They just tied it up 3-3 with 2 quick goals. And then unfortunately, either a screen shot, a little bit of sun in his eyes. Pack guys are unable to grab a long ball in. Ball getting flicked around here a bit. Number 12, Gunberg tries to settle it down. He feeds over to Baker. Baker trying to work his way through. It's cleared out by Miller. Brent trying to go for a ball. Gets a hard hit on Haynes. He's going to get a foul on that one. So Mines will end up with the ball about 30 yards out. 35, 40. Randall will have this ball. No real hurry to settle this one down as he's sure he wants the clock to tick off as much as he can. Dirksen, the one-man challenge. Everybody lining up just inside the 18. Packheiser off his line. Little driver in. This one's going to get cleared out easily. Dirksen not a good foot on it as it dies in front of number 14, Moniz. So another throw in by Mines right in front of the scoreboard. Plays into the 18. Little flicker there and caught by Packheiser. So heads up play by the keeper as he counterattacks now, putting it on Dirksen. He's got lots of space there. Garvey in his face. Little feed through to Tamino. One man on him. Feeds up to Luke Lawrence. And it gets cleared out again by Mines. Fort Lewis fighting for control as the ball rolls away. Working up the line left side. 2 men on Dirksen as he switches into the midfield. Tamino Kroger there. Goes up for it. Didn't get a head on it. Haynes now flicks it out to the left side. This one's going to land on Clower. Clower to Piperkov. Feeding into the corner to space. Kroger unable to gather that one up. Mines wins and settles it in. Switching a ball. Off Xander. Now it's Dooley. Dooley drops back to Piperkov, switching left side to Brandt. One man on him. Garvey. Overlapping run by Brandt. Feeds into the corner there. Garvey's going to have this. He's shielding it for the keeper as Baker picks this one up. Colin Baker with ball in hand, jogging it to the 18. Akindele and Baskey Baker on top. Feeds up to Baskey, who flicks it through. Miller lands on that one. Trips on the ball there, unfortunate, as Baker picks it up and starts the counterattack again. Dooley trying to challenge that one. Now it's Clower. Baskey, a really big force in there, able to brush people off a bit sometimes. Mines challenging really high right now, creating a lot of pressure on Fort Lewis's defense. Now it's Mines with the ball working right side. Garvey feeds over to right to Akindele. Akindele has got one man on. That'll be Xander. Little slide tackle. Looks like it went off of Akindele. Now we got a Fort Lewis throw. Dirksen turns it. Got Garvey in front of him. Feeds into the middle to Dooley. Dooley tries to feed it on up, and it's challenged and cleared up by Moniz. Moniz now trying to win the ball. Chloe with a little bit of a tug there. Looks like it's in favor of Fort Lewis as they set the ball down. 6.5 minutes approximately left in this game. Skyhawks are down 4-3 at this time. Play in, wind to their face, the ball kind of dying right about the 18. Kroger there trying to shield it. Now it's Dooley onto Dirksen. Brandt to the left side, he's got a little space to work with. One-man challenge, gets inside, tries to cross, goes off of a Mines player. We should have a corner kick on this one. So we got substitutions coming in. And that looks like Dooley's going to be stepping out. Yeah, so Brandon Dooley's off the field. I can't quite see who's come in for him. Looking straight into the sun on this. Haven't seen the number. Is that Dean? It looked like it might be Dean. Little play in there. It's going far side. It's going to roll on out the other side. Kroger's racing that one down. Mines will have the ball in their back third left side. Yeah, it's Casey Dean's back in. So Casey Dean gets another look in this second half. Basky Baker picking this ball up, working it up the left side. Now it's Piper Kov. Dean turning the ball. Chips one into the space in the right corner. No one there to gather this one up. It'll be a goal kick for School of Mines. 5 minutes left in this half. 4-3. Fort Lewis a little bit under the gun here to try to see if they can get another score. Mines ranked number 4 in RMAC at this time. All the teams are very close in this hunt as they try to climb the RMAC ladder to get much needed seed in favor of themselves when they play in the RMAC tournament. So Basky Baker feeding over to the right side to Garvey. Brandt able to clear this one up. Now Dirksen gets it and sends it deep onto Luke Lawrence. Luke's got a little race on his hands here trying to get to the ball. It's getting shielded out. He tries at the last minute to get a hold of it, and does get kicked out by Luke Lawrence for a goal kick, Mines. So Mines clock killing at the moment as they take their time getting the goal kick started. Just under 4 minutes left in this half, 4-3. Let's see what kind of answers Fort Lewis can have here as they try to piece it together. Sending a deep chipper. This one's going to land just past midfield. Challenged by Brandt. He gets up, gets ahead on it. Now it's Mines trying to get up. Haynes gets ahead on it. No one really controlling right now. Finally, Dean gets a hold of the ball. Tries to feed it through. It gets picked up by Garvey. Dropped into back to Ramirez. This one will go out of bounds for a Mines throw in. Ramirez will have this ball. Throws up to the midfield. Dirksen gets on it. This one goes deep. Pat Kaiser should gather this one up right at his 18, and he does so. Rolls on out to Clower. Clower working right side. Sends deep, this time to Kroger, who's actually got some separation, and then gets hit by Randall right at the last there. So we've got a set piece right at the edge of the 18. Could be a quite dangerous opportunity here with just some minutes ticking away. We're right at under 3 minutes. Piperkov with the ball. Everybody lining up right about the backside of the 6. We'll see what happens here. Make sure this one's on net as he chips it low and drives into the crowd. We get an opportunity. Shots triggered, but Kroger, it looks like they might be calling a handball on this one. Trying to wait for everybody to argue it out and figure out exactly where we're at with things. And it is a handball on the Mines player. Tamino Kroger will have this ball right on the PK. So here's the tying goal possibly with 2 minutes left in this half. Kroger with a shot low left, absolutely burned the keeper, so now we've got a tying goal here. Now we've got a little squabble inside the net as players are trying to have little fights with each other inside the box. Not sure what's going on with this. Mike Brandt eager to get that ball to get the game started. We're tied at 4-4. So we got 4-4 now. Fort Lewis able to tie this game up. 2 minutes left in this game. Refs are going to have a conference in the corner to kind of see what's sorted out. Basically, Brandt trying to get a quick start, getting the ball out to the midfield, and the defensive player and the goalie not really in a hurry to get that to happen. So a bit of a shove and match going on in the corner there, and emotions flare. Okay, so play starts. Garvey working the right-hand side. He's got lots of space to him as they do a little quick start there. Ekendala trying to get through the middle. Ball gets cleared out by Fort Lewis. Just under 2 minutes left in this half. Deep throw landing right at the 18. Gets cleared up in the air. No one really has a beat on it. Zach Lawrence able to clear this one up. Now Luke Lawrence with it. One man on him. That's Ramirez, or excuse me, Pasqualino. Little feed through there. Dirksen has it now just outside the 18 on the left side. A heavy chipper. This one's going to get away from him. Zach Lawrence trying to run this one down, and it goes out of bounds. So a high-scoring match today. We're sitting at 4-4. With just 1 minute left in this game. A little flipper through there. Ekendala challenging. Clearing out wide to the left as Brandt settles this one down. Feeds up to Dirksen. Keeping the ball in bounds. He checks back. Looking for a long ball. He does chip it in. It lands right on the back side of Garvey. Onto a Fort Lewis player. Now it's Zach Lawrence. He's got a runner on the right. That's Dean. Oh, he feeds to him after he gets the run. That's Clore. I'm sorry. Clore puts it on. It goes high. Clear out by the Mines player. A missed opportunity for Fort Lewis there. Tamino Kroger holding on to his head like he might have got clocked on that. Not sure what's going on. Yeah. He'll be all right. A Mines player nicely picks him up, and he's shaking it off. So with 16 seconds left, we're clicking out here. Dirksen with a corner kick. He's going to send one in. This one's a high one going to the far post. A lot of tugging there. We've got a shot. Luke Lawrence with a shot, but it goes up high. As the clock ticks out to zeros, we got 4-4 regulation. So looks like we're going to be stepping into some overtime play now as we get things settled down here. So a little bit of excitement near the end here for Fort Lewis able to tie with a Tamino Kroger PK off of a handball that landed right there in their PK box. So a little bit of fortune there for Fort Lewis, but a lot of pressure created by them to create that event anyway. We've got about a 5-minute halftime as both teams kind of settle out and try to figure out how they want to go about this. Skyhawks 4, Colorado School of Mines 4. Shots show Skyhawks still favor 18-13. And I would say that in possession, Fort Lewis definitely dominated in possession with Mines basically going after counterattacks and usually deeper passes once they get up to midfield. Okay. Yeah, so we're going to go into a quick break here with about 4 minutes before we have kickoff into overtime. You are listening to IDTV Channel 15.
It's full steam ahead at the Durango and Silverton Narrow Gauge Railroad. Enjoy a historic trip through southwest Colorado's rich scenery. with daily train excursions through the spectacular San Juan Mountains. See the world-famous 400-foot drop at the High Line. Relax as you chug along the Upper Animas River and spend an afternoon in the historic mining town of Silverton. Stop by the depot or call 247-2733. Get more information on our website at durangotrain.com.
Whether you make your plans over a barbed wire fence or over wireless internet, if you're coming from the stockyard or the stock exchange, Durango is right at home at the Diamond Bell, timeless and timely.
You're watching Inside Durango TV on Cable Channel 15.
Meet Dan. He owned a dog biscuit company, but Dan wanted more. So Fast Signs created a plan to raise Dan's business visibility. Now Dan has more sales, more stores, more of the good life. And more is what Fast Signs delivers. More than fast, more than signs.
Inside Durango TV is a founding member of Local First. The local pub is a tradition dear to the heart of any town. Durango's local pub is the Irish Embassy, a favorite with locals for breakfast, dinner, or just a pint with friends. With a traditional Irish menu and all your favorite brews on tap. The Irish Embassy, Durango.
For natural and organic vitamins and supplements and health and beauty products, there's no better place than Nature's Oasis. We offer an experienced staff, nutrition and supplement education, and exclusive products. Nature's Oasis, home to the largest selections of vitamins and supplements in the Four Corners region.
Inside Durango TV is locally owned and operated.
And welcome back to IDTV Channel 15 as we start the overtime play for Fort Lewis versus the Mines. Scores 4-4 with a little bit of drama there right at the end. Fort Lewis gaining a PK kick. Tamina Kroger able to put that one in net for the tying goal. So now we just start kickoff here. It lands on the hands of the keeper for Mines as he sends one deep center field. Now we got a bit of a challenge for possession here. Akindela with a little bit of there, feeds over to the right side. Number 12 of Mines gathers that one up. Tries to pull the trigger, doesn't get through. Now it's Fort Lewis with Piperkov picking up that ball. Sends in deep, a nice little heel flick by Alexander, goes to space. Randall has that one. Tamina Kroger unable to gather that up and work with it. Now it's back outside again by Alexander. This time it's on Zach Lawrence's feet. Working right side, Allman in front of him. Feeds it in, but it's cleared out by Mines player. Number 8, Garvey carries the ball up midfield. Akindela looking for someone to go to now as he turns the ball around, goes over to Garvey on the left side. Nice little move there by Garvey as he's trying to gain some advantage, choosing to switch the field to the right. Chips in right at the edge of the 18. That lands on Baskey Baker's feet. Still hanging on to it with Brandt in front of him. Get a foul there. Baskey trying to swim past Brandt, getting tugged down, and it'll be a Fort Lewis ball. Ball sent up left side, going to land up by Tamina Kroger. As he tries to flick on through, Randall gets ahead of that from Mines player. Settled in by Dirksen, and we get a call in favor of Fort Lewis. It'll be a throw in right or left side. The bench is screaming for a handball. We got a substitution coming in as Zach Lawrence steps off the field, and looks like Casey Dean's going to get another opportunity working the right side. Piperkov in the midfield. along with Dooley. Little challenge there. Dooley gets a strike. He shanks it, and it goes left. Lands on Alexander. Out to Piperkov, dropping back to Brandt. Fort Lewis hanging onto the ball in that left corner. Feed through into the corner. Piperkov chips one into the near post. Mines gets a head on it. Now it's Kroger. Finally does get cleared out. We got a foul called. And looks like he's going to pull a card out for Tamina Kroger with a heavy challenge there right at the 18. So Mines with the ball right at the 18 as the ref finishes the booking on Tamina Kroger with a yellow card. Ball played in deep center, going to land in the midfield there. Baker trying to go up for it. He gets that ball, flicks it through. Akindele getting there. Ball chipped high and to the left. Garvey now with that ball as he settles it down. Got Clower on him. Feeds in. It gets kicked out by Miller. Nicely done by Miller there as it goes on to Piperkov, and he feeds deep to the right. Lands behind Alexander and is cleared out by Allman of the Mines. Jordan Alexander choosing to let Dean have the throw. Goes short to Alexander. One man on him, that's Allman. Gets around the corner there. Heavy challenge there. He flicks into Clower. Clower's got an opportunity. Trips over the ball, and now we lose opportunity there. Mines coming up with it. Dirksen strips the ball and gets a foul on it. Not really sure how that foul came about, but nevertheless it's going to be a Mines ball just outside their own 18. Randall sends the ball deep. It's going to land right near Akindele. It's cleared out by Brandt. Lands into space in front of Dirksen. Sends it up to Tamina Kroger. Kroger sends into the midfield to Piperkov. One-man challenge. That's Haynes. Nicely done. 2 touches, and he keeps hold of it. Piperkov feeds into the middle there onto Kroger. Kroger lets it run through the D, but it lands on the keeper's hands now, and we'll have Mines with the ball. Strong kick there. Baker gets a head on it. On up to Gunberg. Now it's Baker again with the ball. Cleared out by Clower. Allman of the Mines there feeding the ball over to the right side. Piperkov wins that now, and we're working on the other side now, working left side Dirksen. Dirksen with a nice little feed to himself, going to space. Randall clears that ball out of bounds for Fort Lewis. No, he didn't go out of bounds. He went up the line. Heavy challenge there. And we're going to get a card against Xander. Or excuse me, Brandt. Looking into the sun now, it's getting harder and harder to see those numbers on the far side of the field. A lot of yellow cards being thrown around. I'm worried about that second yellow against a number of the Fort Lewis players. Ball played in deep, landing right inside the 18. Baker goes up for it. Didn't really get a piece of it. Akindele now dishes it out to Baker. No one able to really clear it out. Finally, it gets cleared on out. Haynes gets a piece of that one now. Casey Dean running this one down on Garvey. Garvey churns it. Working up the left corner. Now it's challenged by Clower, and they feed it back out to number 14, Moniz. Moniz to Haynes. Haynes has got space. 2 of Fort Lewis players challenge. A little flick through. Nice idea, but Akindele's caught off sides. Basky Baker there with a little chest through, just a little flipped it right through the defense onto a running Akindele. Akindele just got there a little bit before, a little ahead of schedule, and he got caught off sides. Kroger with the ball, facing, working the right side. Gets around Allman. Is he going to get across in? And he does. It goes in low, and it's cleared out by a Mines player on the head of Dean. Clower chips one up. This one's going far post. We got a header high and over the left side. A great opportunity there, but we got a foul call against number 8, Garvey. So we're going to end up with a set piece about 10 steps outside the 18. So probably a late heavy challenge by Garvey. Great opportunity for Fort Lewis, unable to put it on net. So 2-man wall. Ref's asking for 10. Everybody to the back post there. We get a little flip through. Gets cleared up by Mines as number 2, Pasqualino. Randall able to keep that one in play as he fends up to the right-hand side. And Tamina Kroger able to kick that one out of bounds for a Mines throw-in right at the score table. Quick throw in. Ekendela's swimming himself past it. He's inside the 18. Xander able to get back in front of Ekendela to keep the play from moving forward. Now it's 14. It gets stripped away. Nice little job there by Dirksen, I believe. Feeds up to Alexander, who pulls a long shot that skips in front of the keeper, but he gathers that one up. Jogs it to the 18. 3 minutes left in this first overtime half. A high kicker by the keeper. This one's going to die short of the half line. Ekendela boxing out Kroger. Hanging onto the ball, late slides there. Now we got to play on up. This one lands into space, midfield forward. We get a breakaway. Clower able to clear this one out. Mine settling it down. Got Piperkov. Now it's back to Biscuit Baker. Cleared out of bounds now for a Mines throw-in. Ramirez with this throw. Sends in short. On to Ekendela, who flicks it through to Haynes. Ekendela with an opportunity. Packheiser able to gather this up as it dies out behind the defense of Fort Lewis. Sending to space up to Casey Dean on the right side. One-man challenge. He feeds right to Alexander. Jordan Alexander checks back, sending to Piperkov. Piperkov looking for someone to go to back, but he ends up turning it. No one really to go to. Sends wide left to Mike Brandt. Brandt up to Dirksen. Dirksen bounces it. Nicely done by Fort Lewis as they work this left side, heading into that corner. Allman clears it up and out. Brandt settles it down, flicks it outside to Dirksen again. Fort Lewis gathering up control. Dirksen has it, sends it up to the left side. Brandt checks back. Now we settle it down, looking for possession. Deep play in. This one gets touched by a Mines player, goes straight up. Dean with the ball. He pulls a trigger. This one goes wide to the right side. Keeper scrambling to gather that one up. Does get a hand on it. Looks like we're going to have a corner kick for Fort Lewis as we have substitutions going. Tamina Kroger stepping off the pitch. And I can't see it. It looked like it might have been Zach Lawrence put back on the field there. Or is it Luke? No, Luke's already there. So a driven play to the near post that the keeper gets his hands on. Now it's back on Dean. Dean pulls a trigger. This one's going to go way wide left side. As we jog it back, now it'll be a goal kick for the Mines. 30 seconds left in this first overtime half. Score is 4-4. A lot of shots have been happening. We're looking at 21 shots for Fort Lewis, 13 for the Mines. Driven kick up midfield. Cleared back out. Alexander with the ball inside the 18. It gets cleared out for a corner kick, but we're not going to get this one in with 2 seconds left in the half. As time runs out, the score is 4-4. Mines versus Fort Lewis College. So a nice little quick half here. A lot of excitement, a lot of aggressive play, trying to make something happen. Both teams really want to get this one wrapped up and in the books. But each team coming up short with some goals. I'd say Fort Lewis at this time had probably the highest threat of goals, but nothing really going through making the keepers work too much. So we got 2 minutes before the second start of the second overtime. We're going to go on to commercial here for a bit. You are listening to IDTV Channel 15. We'll see you in about 2 minutes.
Hour. How about that?
Oh, I think he's going to like it here just fine.
You know, honey, I think you're right.
Come check out what's new at the Ute Mountain Casino Hotel and Resort. We now have single and double deck blackjack games. Enjoy our King of the Cage boxing events year-round at our events center. If you're on the go, take a break at the new Ute Mountain Travel Center. With our valet service, you can arrive in style and get right into the action. Visit us for our Saturday prime rib buffet and our seafood buffet on Fridays. With the largest gaming floor in the area, Ute Mountain Casino Hotel and Resort has all the great games you love to play.
Meet Dan and his dog Bob.
And welcome back to IDTV Channel 15. Bit of an exciting game here with number 4 ranked Armac ranked School of Mines versus the number 5 ranked Fort Lewis College. We're in the start of the second overtime. As we settle in here, Mines will have the start of play. Working the back four is Mike Brandt, Giannis Zander, Tyler Miller, and Aaron Clower. Dooley and Piperkov are in center mid. Luke Lawrence and Jordan Alexander are on top. Got a Mines throw in right in front of the Fort Lewis bench, sending it up the left side. Settled down by Luke Lawrence. Mines has the ball, trying to work it over to their own right side. We got an opportunity, a long shot by Dirksen that goes way high and out. Not sure if he was really going to make that one work out or not, but you know, trying to get the shot off, maybe catch the goalie off guard. Got a goal kick for Mines. Driven ball low and to the right. Lands on Ekendala as he cuts to the right side, feeding it up to midfield. Dirksen picks up the ball that's been stripped away. Now it's Dean working right side. He sends up to Luke Lawrence working the right side on top. Bounces back to Dean. Feeds up to Dooley. Not the cleanest trap by Dooley as the ball gets away from him, and it is cleared out though by a Mines player, so we'll have a Fort Lewis throw. Played in. Piperkov receives this ball now midfield. Drops over to left side to Brandt, who's got space. Feeds in short to Dirksen. Little give and go there by Jordan. This one's going to stay in by Brandt's efforts. Now it's on Dirksen again. Drops out to Piperkov. Tons of space there as he feeds it over to Dean. Or is that Clower? Yeah, Clower. Chips one in. This one's going to have an opportunity on it. Brandt there trying to get a header on it, but it's cleared up and out. Staring right into the sun now. It's getting it really hard to see anybody. I stand on my tippy toes to keep the awning in my eye, shielding the sun out of my eyes. So the keeper plays the ball in right side. Dirksen's up for that. He heads that ball up to Luke Lawrence, who flicks it on through to oncoming Dean. Mines clears that ball on out. It's going to land on Ramirez's. A lot of bouncers here. Dooley trying to gather this one up. It goes off Dooley, and it'll be a Mines throw-in. Ramirez with the throw. Haynes checks back to the thrower, settles it down. Sends a long one up the right side. Cleared up by Zander. Jordan Alexander there with a little head flick. He's going to get this one. Sends it into the near post. It's headed up. Nice little shot by Dean off the volley. Unable to get it all the way to the net though. Now it's Clower settling it down. Into the space. Dean gets a foot on it. Here's an opportunity here with Luke Lawrence. Luke sends out to Alexander. He winds up and doesn't get the strike on it. Cleared out. Alexander's down, is obviously kicking a player on his way through. Baskey Baker dropping back. Long ball sent in there. Miller clearing it out. Now it's on number 14, Moniz. Ramirez now with the ball, looks long. Goes to the space to the right. Akindela gets a hold of that ball. Zander on him. Feeds one to an uncovered number 14, Moniz. Fort Lewis able to get in front of that and clear this one on out. Now it's Luke Lawrence sending over to the wide right. Challenge really heavy and hard, but no one seeing the call. Yep, line judge sees that call, and they're going to give that one to Fort Lewis. So we got a substitute here with Luke Lawrence coming out and Tamino Kroger coming in for him. Seeing who else is there. Tamino stepping back off the field. So, yeah, because of the foul, they weren't going to let the sub happen. Can't sub during that. So Luke Lawrence is back on the field during this play. Ball midfield. It's going to be sent in deep by Piperkov. This one's going high right onto the keeper. Bouncing right in front of the net, and it goes in. Fort Lewis gets the go-ahead goal. Nicely done. A little bit of a rattle there, sent in deep by Xander, or Piperkov. So a nice little goal there by Fort Lewis as they take this game. A little bit of a dispute there by Mines. 5:46 left in the second overtime half as Fort Lewis is able to step up and go ahead 5-4. Wasn't really sure who put the final shot in on net. Fort Lewis stepping off the field as the Mines players are gathering up, and now they're as well stepping off. So 5:46 left in this game. A nice little opportunity there by Fort Lewis with a long ball from half field. It drops in right on the keeper, but it rattles around right inside the 6, and ultimately it does go into the net. Very unclear who got a piece of that to put that one in. So 5-4 in double overtime. Skyhawks will beat Mines. A nice piece for Fort Lewis as they get that added points that they really need to climb up the RMAC ladder. So anyways, with the game in hand, Fort Lewis wins 5-4 in overtime, double overtime. And we're going to go back to the station with this. You're listening to IDTV, Channel 15. Thank you and have a great day.
Meet Dan and his dog Bongo. They started their own dog biscuit company, but Dan wanted more, so Dan worked with Fast Signs. They created a plan to attract more customers, get more business, wag more tails. Still, Dan wanted more, and Fast Signs provided more. Fast Signs help with digital displays, mobile marketing, merchandising, fleet graphics, and more. Now Dan has more sales, more locations, more of the good life. And more is exactly what Fast Signs delivers. More than fast, more than signs, more than 530 locations worldwide.
Like Inside Durango TV on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
Fort Lewis has so many organizations on campus for students to get involved with. They offer a wide variety of RSOs on campus for any type of student, any type of club, anything you're passionate about, you can find something.
At Fort Lewis, I've been involved in different RSOs, Registered Student Organizations, Student Senate, United Students Through Wellness. My biggest reason for joining student groups is just to meet people. I came here not knowing really anyone. I jumped into a group and just met tons of people right away.
The Environmental Center is a registered student organization that really is in charge of trying to bring sustainability to the campus. I help to oversee all the media and communications part of the Environmental Center, and we have a radio show on KDOR, and we also have a column on The Independent, which is FLC's magazine.
Leadership Center is kind of the hub for different RSOs to go to when they need supplies, organization, forms, guidance, etc.
I think it's huge that you get involved, because if you don't get involved, you're never going to get to experience anything.
natural and organic vitamins and supplements and health and beauty products, there's no better place than Nature's Oasis. We offer an experienced staff, nutrition and supplement education, and exclusive products. Nature's Oasis, home to the largest selections of vitamins and supplements in the Four Corners region.
The Sporting News Grill at the new Holiday Inn and Suites of Durango is now open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Featuring a full-service restaurant and bar with 11 HD TVs, it's a great venue for family and sports fanatics alike. The Sporting News Grill. Stop in and let us show you our game face.
Meet Dan and his dog Bongo. They started their own dog biscuit company, but Dan wanted more. So Dan worked with Fast Signs. They created a plan to attract more customers, get more business, wag more tails. Still, Dan wanted more, and Fast Signs provided more. Fast Signs help with digital displays, mobile marketing, merchandising, fleet graphics, and more. Now Dan has more sales, more locations, more of the good life. And more is exactly what Fast Signs delivers. More than fast, more than signs, more than 530 locations worldwide.
Like Inside Durango TV on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
I chose Fort Lewis for a variety of reasons. Because I knew that I was going to major in business, I liked that they had an international option. Students have a lot of flexibility to combine programs through majors and minors, double majors, and double degrees. I have a major in international business as well as Latin American Spanish. I chose these majors because I thought it would open doors in a way that I could enjoy traveling as well as maintaining a successful career. The programs are led by PhDs who are recognized in their fields and top-ranked, measured by accreditations, faculty publications, and honors, alumni outcomes, and employer testimonials. I am more sure about my future than I ever have been, and I think I couldn't have done it without Fort Lewis and the guidance from the professors and the classroom style that we have here.
Hello, I'm Damian Clark, the head coach of Fort Lewis Women's Soccer, and you are watching IDTV Sports.
What was it like for you guys to, come down from a 2-goal deficit in the second half to even think about forcing that overtime?
I think, all season we've always been in games, and we know that we continue to work until the last minute. And I think today we continue to show that we can score goals. Obviously, we didn't do as well defensive as we'd like, so we felt like we always had an opportunity. So in that way, it was easy to stay motivated.
Tamina, what was that stretch there where there was just 3 goals really quick? Obviously, the conceding the one isn't great, but to have Artur strike that free kick and then your goal to just get you guys right back in the game.
I think it was important that Artur scored the free kick goal. Was lucky, but in such situations you just need such goals. And through this goal there was a push in the whole team, and that I scored the goal. I'm lucky about it, but I will be happy if everyone else would score it.
Once you guys got into overtime, did you start to feel like things are really going your way and that you might have a winner coming?
Yeah, of course. And once we got that confidence, as you saw, we started moving the ball, and it created a chance and put it away.
They scored pretty quickly right after you guys tied the game, and right after you guys took their lead. Did that deflate you guys at all, or kind of maybe affect you guys mentally, do you think?
I think it was definitely, we scored it twice today, and they scored within a minute each time. So that obviously was a little frustrating, and obviously we had to work super hard to score our goals, and we probably let them in a little bit too easy. But they're such an offensive team, and they've got real qualities in Bosky and Tesho, and those players have consistently scored goals over the last 4 years. So we're a little bit disappointed with the defensive side, but we definitely were positive throughout in the halftime and the overtime as well.
How much positives does it give you guys to, if this is the last game you guys are going to play here this season, to be able to close out the home season on this kind of a note?
It was a very important win for us. So our goal is to win the last 2 games. We won the first, so we have to win on Sunday again, and then we will continue in the AMEC tournament.
How do you feel like you're in a position to do that? Like, where do you feel like you guys are
I think we've beaten Regis this year, we've beaten Mines, and those are 2 top quality teams that I think, obviously have determined where the conference is going to end up. So it's shown that on our day we can obviously win those games, but we have to show up and take care of business, and if we do that, we definitely have a chance at winning some silverware this year.
Thanks, you guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Thank you.